This up on the surface. We're going to start slowly submerging down to the ocean floor. If you haven't done so, go ahead and take this time right now to fasten your safety belts. We're going to go underwater somewhere around 45 to 65 feet. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to see who was paying attention.
No seatbelts.
Yeah, we don't need them. The good thing about the submarine is once we get down, I'd say around 35 feet, we're not going to rock around at all anymore. It'll be a nice smooth ride. So if you have any kind of motion discomfort on the boat right out here, that usually goes away after about a minute. If it doesn't, right above your heads, down both aisles, we got motion discomfort bags. Feel free to use those bags.
Motion discomfort bags.
They work just like a parachute. They only work if you open them. So please open the bag. Yes, actually will appreciate it. And if you do use them, they're your free gift to keep. We have no trash cans on board in the Coast Guard regulations, so you'll have to go back over to the shuttle boat. Colorado High School. She was the top of her online course from the University of DeVry.
This guy's got jokes.
Yes, or was it the University of Phoenix? One of the two. Either way. She's got over 11,675 hours logged on Xbox. So we'll see. No, she's been driving submarines professionally for 13 years. You guys have a pro. In fact, this is our world's largest tourism submersible. This submarine had a price tag when it was built of $10 million. So only our most seasoned pilots drive this one. All of our other pilots that start out, they have to drive the smaller submarines for a while before they can work up to driving this one. And once they do start driving this one, they have another uniformed pilot over their shoulder throughout their first 50 dives. So a couple tips on the way down. Tip number one, as I told you before, it's going to be a live English tour. But you're going to want to keep looking out your windows at all times.
Look out the window all the time.
And they miss dolphins go by or a shark or something. I have a face only a mother could love. You didn't pay all that money to see my face. So yeah, definitely keep looking out. One of the best parts about this job, I don't know what we're going to see today. I have a good guess. We're going to see a lot of man-made artificial reefs that attract fish. But as far as what
everybody's got windows,
that changes hour to hour, day to day. So it's never. Channel 4
Here's a little guide to all the fish that we may see.
You may have noticed I skipped Channel 2. Channel 2 is my same narration. It's just a Canadian version. So if we have anybody from Canada, you might want to listen to that. I won't be
Hey?
Yeah, we don't have the Australian version or the German version yet. We're working on it. So not only
blue water so far.
Front, if our ballast was slightly
no
heavy,
coral reef down here in this spot. So we're almost to the bottom.
We get our ballast all squared away. Then we motor out to our dive site where we have all those man-made artificial reef structures that have been attracting the fish for the last 26 years. We've been down here for a while. Now we've been moving kind of slowly. You guys want to check out full speed for a little bit? You want to see how fast this submarine can go?
Yeah.
Okay. Full speed. You count 3. 1, 2, 3. Hit it. We've been going full speed this whole time. You can walk faster in this submarine, even if your legs are tied together. Yes. Submarine was not designed for speed. It was designed mainly for maneuverability.
This submarine can do a perfect 360 degrees
in the same spot. That's because it has 2 bow thrusters that we can isolate and use independently. We also have 2 stern thrusters and 2 vertical thrusters that are keeping us down. I say keeping us down because when we submerged, we weren't negatively buoyant. If we were negative in buoyancy when we opened our air vents to our ballast tanks, we would have just dropped straight down at a rapid rate, right? We don't want that. We weren't even neutrally buoyant. We submerged about 300 pounds. Second one after that is rescue divers. We keep rescue divers on the surface. They basically listen to our pilot's communication using a sonar telephone. They can manually surface us. Very simple procedure. All they do is dive down to where the submarine's at, manually shut the vents on the outside of the air ballast tanks, and it's a little bit lower than average. Average, I would say, out here is about 60 feet. Right now, it looks like we have around 35 to 40 feet of visibility. That's not a bad thing, though. Most guests that come on the submarine, they want to see predators. They want to see sharks. They want to see giant trevallies and whatnot. All the aggressive animals. They don't come out when the visibility is really clear, really nice when it's 100 feet. Most predators wait
72
for
feet
murkier
now.
water to come out. They feel more confident that they can sneak up on them.
Oh, there's something.
So there's a good chance that we will see some predators. We've been seeing them off and on today. Okay, so starboard side, you get a sneak preview. We're coming up to our first set of man-made artificial reefs. It's going to be an equal viewing tour. So all the structures we put underwater, we will see on both sides of the submarine. Sometimes at the same time, we'll go right down the middle. Like these pyramid structures, there's 6 of them. So they'll basically be 3 on each side of us. Later on, as the structures get bigger and bigger, we'll do U-turns to make sure that both sides see everything. The only time you really need to turn around and look over your neighbor's shoulder behind you is if you hear them yelling turtle, spotted eagle ray, shark. Yeah, shark's the big one, right? Yeah. Does anybody want to see a shark today? Yeah. Okay, cool. I can make that happen. I need 1 volunteer. No? You know, it's getting close to dinner time. Most of our sharks are closer inshore, enjoying the international buffet. So we gotta give them a reason to get out this way. Alright, so you can start seeing these pyramid structures coming to view. Fish are a lot like people. They want to be in areas where they have shelter, where they have protection from predators, and where they can feed. That's why they have a symbiotic relationship with coral. Our structures also provide an area for coral to grow on. You had a question, sir?
Is that a plant?
Sorry, what was that? You have to be louder. A plant in the middle between those structures coming out of the sand there? No, that's a mooring ball. So if we had divers come down, they might bring a tether line and tie it to that ball. But it looks like a plant because it's got all that coral growth on top of it. Coral starts off as a small, tiny polyp, just freely floats through ocean water like plankton does. But once it comes in contact with a rock-like surface, it attaches, starts to secrete calcium carbonate, and it built itself in the form of little roots of them today.
Similar to the parrot.
Yeah, it's very similar, except for the shape. But we do get a lot of
Currently at 87.
Now these structures on port side that we're looking at, the Asahi Reefs, these were originally constructed in Japan to grow seaweed for sushi. I got my scuba certification in Okinawa when I was 12, and there would literally be thousands of these underwater over there in Japan, covered in kelp, covered in seaweed. The reason ours have no seaweed inside of them is the water temperature here in Hawaii is a lot warmer. We average about 75 degrees year-round. There's really not a lot of plant forms within our
There's a
ocean water.
blowfish right there.
That is so cool.
We
Cinder
have over
block.
600 different species of fish. What makes Hawaiian waters so special is the concentration of endemic species. 33% of our fish are endemic. We actually have the largest concentration of endemic species on the planet. If you've been following along in your dive log on page 5, anywhere there's a red star next to a fish, that's an endemic species. You'll only find it around our islands. You won't find it anywhere else in the world. Alright, so we're going to start moving away from those Asahi Reefs. Starboard side, we're going to get closer to this natural reef, the Paleopona Ridge. You see a sleek unicorn fish swimming out there. You also see a lot of triggerfish in this area, black diamond sheet fish, triangular tail. These are lake triggerfish. You folks on starboard, you're faced straight towards Waikiki Beach right now. Port side, you're faced away from the islands towards deeper ocean. So you see the coral that's growing on top of this ridge is mostly low-lying rock-like coral.
That's all coral.
Because we get
right
such
there.
big waves during our winter season here in Hawaii. If we had long, flowy finger types of coral, they would just shatter and break apart this close to shore as waves come in. So this is the coral that's adapted to the environment. It's a lot of low coral and cauliflower coral. Captain Mary is starting her U-turn. She's using her port bow thruster to push her to starboard. She's got her stern tiller at a different angle. She's just going to swoop us around. I'm not sure if she's coming ahead or astern. She's going to take us right over this ridge. Nice, beautiful view if you look straight down.
there's Nemo.
In order to pilot the submarine, you have to have more than just a captain's license. You actually have to acquire a pilot endorsement through the United States Coast Guard. It takes a while, a lot of book work. We got some different type of trevallies here too now. There's these trevallies out there with bright blue tails. Those are bluefin trevallies. And then the ones that are just gray, those are giant trevallies. Biggest species you'll find in the dive site. Lots of black sturgeons. The small yellowfish, there's two types. One is a little black circle in the tail. Those are millet seed butterfly fish. The ones with the long nose has the longest name for a fish in Hawaiian. 23-letter long name. They're called the Lau Wili Wili Nuku Oi Oi. The long-nosed butterfly.
Lau Lau Hui Hui Okanuka Oi Oi. Say that 10 times fast.
And we got some large-eyed emperor fish, starboard side. That's another big type of gray fish, but it has a heart-shaped tail. Really huge eyes. Weird fish to see in a fish market. They have human-like teeth. Their teeth look just like ours.
That's crazy.
We're going to turn around this last structure. Some of you might be wondering how deep can the submarine safely go down to pressure-wise. Because within the steel hull they inserted these viewport lenses, pressure-wise the submarine is not supposed to go down any deeper than 90 feet. 90 feet's the cutoff point. So that's half the depth we're at right now. 1 year later, Hawaii was struck by a Category 4 hurricane, Hurricane Mimi. And it did so much damage, it actually caused such big swells, it dragged our airplanes out here to this deeper depth and tore them apart. So we're going to go right in between the wing sections of these Mitsubishi YS-11s. Most likely the first one will be on starboard, and then immediately after, because they're just a little staggered, the second one will come up on port.
Less than 1/10 of 1% of the entire population have gone deeper than 100 feet in a submarine.
We have rails 6 feet below us. We might touch down. That way you guys can get pictures of the depth gauge at the deepest depth. Okay, here's our first airplane coming to view on starboard side. Another big giant trevally underneath the wing. A couple of them. And there you go. You felt this. We just touched down the sand gently. So we're going to glide along the sand right now. We are at 110 feet under the ocean surface. Now these sweet yellowfish that are underneath the plane right here, big school of them, those guys are not native to Hawaii. They actually come from Tahiti. They're known as blue striped snappers or ta'ape. The state of Hawaii was responsible for bringing them here to our waters. They brought them here back in the 1950s. Our local red striped snappers were being overfished back then. The population was dwindling. So they found about 3,000 of these Tahitian blue striped snappers, brought them over here, dropped them on the windward side of our island, and we're hoping that fishermen would catch them instead. They didn't. They taste horrible. Fishermen did not want them. On top of that, they fed on the eggs of our already dwindling population of red striped snappers. So they caused that population to drop even more. Not the first time the state has made that mistake. We have a lot of mongoose on our island. They run all over the place. They brought the mongoose over here to get rid of the rats. They're on 2 different sleep schedules. Yeah, so mongoose, they're awake during the day. Rats are not. What the mongoose have to feed on are native birds. They dropped our native bird population.
At the bottom, that's
114 feet now. Here's our second airplane on the port side. Mitsubishi YS-11 commercial airliner. Lots of millet seed butterfly fish. And it's a very fragile species of fish out there. White pyramid center. Kind of orangish yellow around the body. They're known as pyramid butterfly fish. They only live on the healthiest of reefs. big blue fish with yellow fins, yellow stripe on the port side. This looks like Dory from Finding Nemo.
Oh,
That's a
Dory.
surgeon fish. They call it a surgeon
Like
because
a
the skeletal
surgeon.
structure in the back of its tail is what we use to navigate. We don't have any sonar screens or radar
what
screens.
that was.
So we have various route markers on the ocean floor that lead us from one served during the Korean War and the Vietnam War. After many years, for us, they put it up for auction. Atlantis had the winning bid of 30 grand. That's that surgeon fish again. Got that razor sharp tail. Starboard side, you get the first look of the Wild 257. This is the largest structure out here, since we're going to see the most fish.
YO257 oiler ship.
Big, giant trevallies here at the ship.
Look at those big
Some of them are swimming right towards our viewports. We're going to go underneath the submarine. Port side, you can faintly see the shadow of that second ship out there in the distance. We'll do 2 close passes on the YO on both sides of the submarine. Then we'll go over to that second ship and do the same thing again. Took 4 very large vessels to lower the ship down to the ocean floor. They use steel cables. A lot of plankton in the water. That's all these little tiny white flakes floating around. There's also a lot of sunburned swimmers at Waikiki, and we're very close to the beach. Just kidding. Got more pyramid butterfly fish here on starboard now. White pyramid center, orange, yellow. We lose a lot of color underwater, even if the visibility was 80 feet. Once you go down at depth, colors disappear. So if you look at your clothing, anyone wearing the color red, I guarantee you it's not red right now, most likely. It's probably a dark purple or a maroon. That's the first color we lost on our dive. After red, we lose orange underwater, then eventually yellows, greens, blues, indigos, and violets. If you have neon colors, like a neon orange, neon green, neon yellow, it's going to be brighter down here because the refraction of UV light. Now, why do we lose color underwater? Ocean water is 800 times more dense than air. That's why
tattoo looks purple.
Penetrate through it.
Or red.
It's being lost back. If I look around up front here, I got a flashlight and the American flag.
Purple.
If I hold this up, especially folks that are kind of further back, the stripes, they probably look black all the way back there, right? But if I shine the flashlight on it, you see it's actually doing that with color return. So yeah, we lose a lot of color at depth. My favorite question I was asked today was, someone said, well, if you lose red, how come the numbers over here are red? And then that's an independent light source. It's just like a flashlight, so. Down the ocean floor in this area, sometimes
show you my tattoo.
sea turtles are spotted. They usually get down really close to the bottom because
You'll notice it looks all one color.
Seagrass for their nutrients. They're herbivores at age 25. But when they are born, they do start out in life as carnivores. They eat a lot of jellyfish, a lot of invertebrates. You see all the predators like to hang out in the dark areas underneath the catwalk. Now, something interesting about these giant trevallies. Typically, these giant trevallies are a light gray color or a bright silver. But when they're hunting right now,
Look,
these
stingrays,
guys
right
that smaller
School of
submarine.
manta rays or stingrays, I can't tell.
Spotted eagle rays, starboard side, starboard side. We got a school of spotted eagle rays.
Spotted eagle ray.
Beautiful
What?
Beautiful.
Right down below, about the midway of our sub as we're turning.
Yeah, down.
Close cousin to the shark. Their entire body is made up of cartilage. There's no bone.
got it?
We got 4 spotted eagle rays swimming down below starboard side.
Come on, let's try over here next.
Now, spotted eagle rays, quite often, they'll swim very close to the sand.
That was cool.
At the end of their
Saw it before
nose,
the guy
they
did.
emit kind of like a sonar. Our last structure, starboard side, this is a former long-line fishing trawler known as the San Pedro. This fishing trawler was built in the 1940s. Sunk underwater about 17 years ago. It's the last structure we put down here. The way we acquired it is back in the 1980s, this ship caught on fire. The captain and the crew, they used up all their fire extinguishing materials, wasn't enough. While they were waiting for the Coast Guard, in their panic, they started to douse the fire with their cargo, which was huge buckets of fish bait and 55-gallon drum barrels of soy sauce. So they were pouring all that soy sauce and fish on the fire. It just made a bigger mess, and it smelled horrible. The Coast Guard came, actually saved the captain and the crew, salvaged the ship, but that burnt smell never left. So it was garnished with the nickname, the Teriyaki Wreck. Now, the captain and the fishing fleet, they abandoned it. They left it on Kona, our big island, right off the South Point. So the state of Hawaii had to take care of it for many years. Eventually, they brought it over here to Oahu. The smell was still there. Turtle spotted down below port side. Turtle spotted on the port side down below.
Nothing.
I mentioned earlier, they were in this area. They like to feed on seagrass, so definitely keep looking out there.
There's supposed to be a turtle down there somewhere. I haven't seen him yet.
In Hawaiian, we call the turtle honu, H-O-N-U.
Honu. Honu.
They were placed on the endangered
Don't see
species
it
list
yet.
back in the mid-1980s.
Don't get a glimpse.
They did a tally amongst the entire island chain, and there was only around 92 female sea turtles calculated back in the mid-1980s. I'm very proud to say that as of today, there's over 1,000 Hawaiian green sea turtle females calculated. So they are no longer on the endangered list. They do, however, reside still on the fairly protected list. So it's illegal to touch or harass a sea turtle. You could be possible jail time. You could pay a fine up to $50,000.
Jeez, 50,000 to touch a turtle. Somebody want to loan me some money?
As we're making our U-turn, keep a lookout. Our pilot might have saw another eagle ray. So keep looking out your viewports. We're going to be lining up to the San Pedro, the Teriyaki Wreck here on the port side. So port side, swimming right down the middle of the ship is a very large Hawaiian green sea turtle. If you can spot the tail, if the tail is going all the way down to the hind fins, that's a male sea turtle. In fact, that is a male sea turtle. A small stubby tail would be a female sea turtle. And we got another one on the bow coming up. So right before, that was the last structure, we make our way to a surfacing spot. Captain Mary, she has to mark the location. That way the surface officer can say, okay, that's a good area. There's no boats anywhere near. In fact, we can't have any vessels. Ooh, she just got clearance. So we're clear to surface. You're going to hear a lot of air now. She's going to blow air into all of our tanks. This is my favorite part. We should be back on the surface from this depth of 70 feet. I'd say in about 15 seconds. It's going to be pretty quick. Our pressure in the cabin stays the same as it was out on the surface, so your ears won't pop or anything like that. Just a nice smooth transition up. Once our tanks are full of air, you'll see bubbles coming down the first 4 viewports and the last 4 viewports. There you go. And we just popped to the surface. We are back, seeing bright. Let's give Captain Mary a round of applause. Brought the submarine right side up today. Very cool. We're going to open our hatch wells. You guys are all in a good spot. If anybody in the back of the submarine is sitting underneath the hatch well, it's a bit of a warning. A little water might come down. It's not too much water, it's like 5 gallons. And when it comes time to exit, we're all going to exit to our left. So port side will exit towards the stern, starboard side will exit towards the pilot console. We do have to wait for the Discovery boat to tie up to us though.
Bubbles.
Our surface crew members have arrived.
Okay, we're gonna say hi to the captain. Hi, thank you very much. A lot of switches and buttons that we are not gonna touch. Okay, here we go up the stairs. Thank you. There we are. We're back to civilization here, Waikiki Ocean. Coming on the boat.
Wow, I'm back.
Hi, thank you.
Hey, sir.
Thank
Want
you.
to go to the top, you can.
All right, thank you. And we need a snack and a drink. Adios.